What's up guys, Epic fucking Slayers here and welcome back to a brand new Division video. With 1.8 fast approaching, I thought it'd be a good idea to go over the 1.8 weapon ranking table that was uploaded to Reddit by CoolheadedBrit, so all props to him. In this table, we see a lot of information about the best burst damage per second weapons. Few of them you guys will already know will be up there, but there are some of them that I think you guys will be shocked about, so I think it's a good idea I bring this out to you so that you know what's the best weapons to use in 1.8. Before we get into the weapon ranking table, please note that all of these weapons were tested under the same conditions. That's 8,000 firearms and 12% weapon damage on the gloves. Now, the burst damage over 1 second is used to account for the rate of fire, and note the ranking does not take into account the number of mod slots, so weapons with a lower number of mod slots will drop down the list once crit hit chance and crit hit damage and headshot damage mods are added. Also, I will note that it doesn't take into account the native talents that you get on those particular weapon types. For example, assault rifles where you get the enemy armor damage, SMGs where you get the crit hit chance, etc. So let's go into this. So the AR weapon number one is the Urban MDR. Now we all know that in game this is not the best weapon for burst damage at all. If you could spam it every second, absolutely, and hit all the shots, absolutely. So yeah, we're going to disregard that one. We will move on. The next one is the M4, which I'm sure a lot of you guys already know about. The lightweight M4 will still be the best assault rifle for burst damage per second in 1.8, followed by the Bullfrog, which is an amazing weapon, just got shocking accuracy. Up close, this weapon absolutely melts, and I definitely recommend using the Bullfrog if you are in a close quarters map. Some light skirmish, this will be excellent. Then we've got the Warlord, G36, ACR, P416, AK and MK146. As you go down, as you can imagine, the AK on there is pretty low, it's in 8th place. But from my experience, the AK hits really hard. Of course, it's got very low burst damage, but it does hit really hard. And this is, again guys, this is all about burst damage. This is about destroying the enemies as quickly as possible, which is important in 1.8 because stamina is so much better in 1.8, so you're going to want to get as much burst damage as possible. Now moving on to the SMGs, we've got the House, which is the new exotic SMG. Now this blows out the competition easily. So burst damage per second on the House is 322,474, which is more than the M4, which sits at 317,397. Next we have the Tommy gun. Let's not forget the Tommy gun, I believe, is missing 1 or 2 mod slots, so that would drop down dramatically. We've got the Mp7 Smg9, the AUG, the Vector, the MP5. Again, MP5 is an amazing weapon because it's got such a large mag. In 1.8, it probably will still be absolutely amazing. Let's not disregard that, but this is about burst damage per second. So, of course, the MP7 is going to be up there, and of course the House is, because the House has amazing rate of fire. So, the House, testing it in 1.8, will be the best SMG in 1.8. I'm pretty sure about that. Now, moving on to LMGs. LMGs actually got a buff in 1.8. And they're actually really strong. So the number one on here is the Big Alejandro, which has like 1,000 RPM. Then the MG5, Pecan, L86, RPK, etc. Now, one thing to point out is that these guns, LMGs, actually get a native 22% at max damage to targets out of cover. Now, if you add that to the MG5, someone actually left a note on this. If you add that to the MG5, that actually puts the burst damage on the MG5 with that 22% higher than the M4. So, you know, LMGs are going to be very strong in 1.8. The MG5 for burst damage, along with the Big Alejandro, will compete with an assault rifle build. Absolutely, will compete absolutely with the M4. And I would definitely recommend trying to get some Lone Star pieces and building around Lone Star and an MG5, for example, because it will be really strong in 1.8. Let's not forget as well, the MG5 comes with standard 50 in the mag, which is more than you get from an M4. And of course, if you're going to use, say, for example, a rate of fire extended mag, then that rate of fire is going to go from like 850 to 950, for example, which will absolutely blow out the M4 in respect to burst damage per second. So that's really, really important, and I don't miss them, guys. LMGs in the next patch will be absolutely amazing, and I will certainly be doing a lot of videos on that. Now, MMR weapons, we've got the Historian number 1, then we've got the Devil and Heel, Tenebrae, M1A, Military Scar H. The Historian is by far the strongest, and I think it's due to the explosive damage you get on it. The actual burst damage per second on that is 556,920. But don't look into that too much. It is a very strong weapon, of course. But I think the important ones here are the M4, we've got the House, and of course we have got the Big Alejandro and the MG5, sorry. Those will be the best weapons in 1.8 for burst damage per second. What's important is that burst damage is going to be very strong in 1.8 because stamina will be much better. You're going to want to get your enemies down as soon as possible. With that said, because stamina is so high, it will be nice to have something with an extended magazine. So something like an Mp7 might not be as strong in 1.8 as it is now, where it's much easier to kill people. Something like an M4, which has a good magazine anyway. Something like the House, which I believe also has a good magazine. And the MG5, of course, which has a strong magazine as well, will be very strong in 1.8. So in my opinion, looks like it. M4, House, MG5 and the bigger Halandro will be the weapons to have in 1.8. So get onto those, guys. Those are going to be the best weapons. Make sure you're saving up as much as you can. Make sure you're saving all your credits so you can optimize these weapons. Make sure you're getting all your exotic caches so you can get that House exotic weapon, because 1.8 won't be far along and these are the best weapons. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, and until next time, peace.